Hello, ASC family. Welcome back to Foundations Double Take. I've got another one for you today. We want to talk today about the perspective that Foundations is taking. And that's kind of important. Let me double take this because it is necessary. See, a person can make heaven their home with very little knowledge. And I'm thankful for that. Right? I am thankful a person can be saved without these, deep and mysterious knowledge. That's good. See, salvation is by faith through grace, and that's good, right? I'm thankful for that. But let me offer some perspective for your consideration to kind of repurpose the point of our entire Christian enterprise, certainly what we're doing in Foundations. And I acknowledge that it may sting a bit, right? You might feel a pinch because there might be some discomfort with this. So let me give you that disclaimer, and here it is. Reaching the lost is the priority, not making heaven your home. See, making heaven your home, that's an inevitable outcome for the good and faithful servant. Being saved is through faith in Jesus Christ. When you get up in the morning and you love Jesus with all your heart and you do the best you can for Jesus, bam, you're good. You're golden, right? Jesus is going to be your advocate and help you. And so you can kind of put that in the bank and you can turn, and we should turn our attention to what God called us to do, and that is to fulfill the Great Commission. See, the ministry to the world is Jesus's priority. And that's important that Foundations and really the entire Christian enterprise kind of shifts every once in a while, or at least asks itself, hey, are we still doing, is this still about what Jesus asked us to do? And so that's what I wanted to shift there and look at that. And that, see, ministry and mission requires knowledge. So you can be saved without a lot of knowledge, but ministry and mission requires knowledge. And it requires that we understand, that we develop knowledge and skills and expertise. And don't forget, God spends people on this commission. And not the word sends, the word spends, kind of like capital. God spends people. He spends us on this mission. Remember, God leaves us here in the world throughout our natural lifetime. And for most of us, that will be very long, right? The record clearly shows that Jesus spends disciples for the mission. And he leaves us here. The church is here. The church is in heaven. Right now, you and I are here, and we occupy time and space. And the expectation is that we use our time and occupy that time and space for the good of the church and the Great Commission. And part of being useful and valuable to our generation is knowledge, learning the skills and the expertise that's necessary to fulfill the calling God has for us. Now, again, some perspective here might sting a little bit. All the concern about heaven and eternal salvation may actually inadvertently dislocate us from where and what we're supposed to be and be doing. It diverts our attention in some ways from the task and purpose at hand. It forms a religious escapism. And that's not necessarily healthy. Escapism of any kind isn't necessarily a helping coping mechanism, right? And I think it's more common than we might think. See, we're always looking for a miraculous way out of something. We need a miraculous job, or we need a miraculous healing, or we need miraculous deliverance. We want, people to lay hands on us so that God will deliver us and provide us revival. There's always this hope and expectation, and I think that's important, and we want to acknowledge the supernatural power of God, but we don't want that dislocated from the day-to-day living, particularly the day-to-day living of reaching the lost and the dying. See, we often, and I wonder, using the pathway of the knowledge, this questioning thing, I wonder if we may be doing ourselves a disservice if we might be promising things we can't deliver. If we might be promising outcomes that praise and worship aren't intended to deliver and to provide. I wonder if, we're not somehow inadvertently disconnecting spiritual experience from workable strategies and healthy coping mechanisms. So So it incites a lot of questions here that we need to turn to the Word of God for. Another one, are we promising a victory we can't guarantee instead of nurturing resilience and fortitude? Are we communicating escape rather than modeling coping, which leaves people groping for strategies? And we believe God can do everything. We believe God can do anything, but we know God will not do everything. God will not do some things. God uses suffering. God uses sickness. God uses hardship to teach and to train and to develop strength. And so this is really important that we understand the Christian enterprise does fit here and now. It does focus and it does answer real life problems and real life challenges. And it is about the lost and the dying across the street. And so we don't want to escape. We don't want to dislocate. We want to locate the ministry here and now. And then we want to make sure that foundations and preaching and teaching, all the religious experience that we do, somehow prepares us to minister effectively here and now to those around us, either outreach to the lost and the dying or inreach to the peoples on the pews. So great. Thank you so much for coming back by. Double tapping a perspective. Just want to double take that and give you a chance to think that through. And I'll see you next time.